Hold up. Before you take another bite of that Big Mac or sip on that creamy McFlurry, there are some shocking secrets McDonald's doesn't want you to know. From hidden ingredients to sky-high calorie counts, some of your favorite menu items might be way worse than you think. In this video, we're revealing the 12 McDonald's items you should never order. And trust me, some of these might just ruin your cravings for good. Whether it's surprising calorie bombs or ingredients that sound straight out of a science experiment, we've got the facts to help you make smarter choices. Stick around till the end because number 1 on our list is something most people order without even thinking twice. You won't believe how unhealthy it actually is. If you love discovering the truth behind your favorite fast food, to support us, please, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Now, let's dive into the shocking truth about these 12 McDonald's items you should definitely avoid. Item 1. Big Breakfast with Hotcakes. When it comes to starting your day off right, McDonald's Big Breakfast with Hotcakes might sound like a tempting choice. Fluffy scrambled eggs, a savory sausage patty, crispy hash browns, a warm biscuit, and a stack of golden hotcakes. It's basically a breakfast feast. But here's the real shocker. This hearty combo packs a whopping 1,340 calories into one meal. That's almost an entire day's worth of calories for some people. It doesn't stop there. Alongside the sky-high calorie count, you're also getting a massive dose of sodium and saturated fat. The meal contains around 2,070 milligrams of sodium and 25 grams of saturated fat. Just for reference, the American Heart Association recommends no more than 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day, ideally around 1,500 milligrams. One big breakfast and you've already exceeded that limit. But it's not just the calories and sodium that make this meal questionable. The hotcakes alone are loaded with sugar and refined carbs, sending your blood sugar on a wild roller coaster ride. Pair that with the sausage patty and scrambled eggs cooked with added oils and fats, and you've got a combo that can leave you feeling sluggish and bloated. And while it might taste comforting and satisfying, it's worth noting that most of these ingredients come from highly processed sources. From preservatives in the sausage to additives in the pancakes, this meal is far from being a wholesome breakfast. What's even crazier is that many people don't realize just how much they're consuming in one sitting. You might think you're just grabbing a hearty breakfast to kickstart your day, but instead, you're loading up on excess calories, sodium, and sugar that can weigh you down for hours. Item 2. Double Quarter Pounder with Cheese. If you're craving a hearty, meaty burger, the Double Quarter Pounder with cheese might seem like the ultimate choice. 2 juicy beef patties layered with melted cheese, pickles, onions, ketchup, and mustard. It's basically a meat lover's dream. But here's the harsh reality. This burger is a nutritional nightmare. One Double Quarter Pounder with cheese packs in around 740 calories, but that's just the beginning. The real shocker is the 42 grams of fat, including a whopping 20 grams of saturated fat. That's about 100% of your recommended daily intake of saturated fat in just one sandwich. And let's not forget the 1,360 milligrams of sodium, which alone covers most of your daily limit. You might think you're getting a good dose of protein with those hefty beef patties, but the high fat and calorie content pretty much cancel out any potential benefits. Plus, the beef patties are often cooked with added oils and seasoned with preservatives, which means you're getting more than just plain beef. Then there's the bun, loaded with refined carbohydrates and sugars that can spike your blood sugar. Combined with the cheese and condiments, this burger is basically a calorie bomb disguised as a classic fast food favorite. What many people don't know is that the intense combination of fat and sodium can actually make you feel more tired and sluggish after eating. Your body has to work overtime to process that much fat, leaving you feeling heavy and weighed down. Not exactly the energy boost you might expect from a meal. While it might satisfy your hunger in the moment, it's important to think about how this burger can impact your health in the long run. There are definitely lighter and healthier options on the menu if you're looking to indulge without the guilt. Item 3. McFlurry with M&Ms. The McFlurry with M&Ms. A creamy, colorful treat that feels like pure indulgence. It's one of those desserts that can instantly satisfy your sweet tooth, combining McDonald's signature soft-serve ice cream with crunchy, candy-coated M&Ms. But here's the shocking truth. This fan-favorite dessert is an absolute sugar overload. A regular-sized M&M McFlurry contains around 630 calories and a jaw-dropping 86 grams of sugar. To put that into perspective, that's more than 21 teaspoons of sugar in a single serving. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 25 grams of added sugar per day for women and 36 grams for men, and this dessert more than doubles that amount in just one cup. It doesn't stop there. The McFlurry also has around 22 grams of fat, with 14 grams of saturated fat. That's more than half of your recommended daily limit. Plus, the combination of sugar and fat can cause a spike in blood sugar, followed by a sudden crash, leaving you feeling tired and sluggish not long after enjoying it. What's even more surprising is the ingredient list. The soft serve itself contains not just milk and cream but also stabilizers, emulsifiers, and artificial flavorings. These additives help maintain that creamy texture and shelf life, but they're far from natural. Meanwhile, the M&Ms add artificial colors and more processed sugars to the mix, making this dessert a cocktail of additives. Sure, it might be a tasty and colorful treat, but the reality is that it's more of a sugar bomb than a refreshing dessert. Many people don't realize just how much they're consuming when they dig into a McFlurry, and it's definitely something to think about before ordering one. Item 4. Bacon, Egg and Cheese Biscuit. When it comes to breakfast on the go, McDonald's bacon, egg and cheese biscuit seems like a classic choice. Fluffy, buttery biscuit paired with crispy bacon, a folded egg, and melted cheese. Sounds pretty tempting, right? But here's the shocking truth. This seemingly simple breakfast sandwich is an absolute calorie and sodium bomb. One bacon, egg and cheese biscuit contains about 460 calories, but that's not the worst part. The sandwich also packs in 26 grams of fat, including 12 grams of saturated fat. That's more than half of the recommended daily intake of saturated fat for most adults. And if you're watching your sodium, get ready for another surprise. This biscuit packs a hefty 1,330 milligrams of sodium. That's almost your entire daily limit in just one breakfast item. The problem lies not just with the bacon but also with the biscuit itself. It's loaded with refined flour, butter, and oils, which contribute to the high calorie and fat content. The bacon, while crispy and flavorful, is processed and cured, meaning it contains preservatives and added salt. And that fluffy, folded egg? It's not as simple as it looks. McDonald's scrambled eggs often include additives and preservatives to maintain texture and flavor. Another hidden downside of this breakfast favorite is how it leaves you feeling afterward. The combination of high fat and sodium can make you feel sluggish and bloated, rather than energized and ready to start the day. Plus, eating foods high in saturated fat on a regular basis can contribute to elevated cholesterol levels and an increased risk of heart disease. It might taste delicious and comforting, but the nutritional impact of this biscuit can quickly outweigh the convenience. It's definitely one of those menu items you might want to think twice about before. Item 5. Filet-O-Fish. The Filet-O-Fish might seem like a lighter, healthier option compared to a greasy burger, but don't let that fool you. This iconic sandwich, featuring a fried fish patty topped with tangy tartar sauce and a slice of processed cheese, sandwiched in a soft, steamed bun, is actually way more unhealthy than you'd think. Let's break it down. One Filet-O-Fish sandwich contains around 390 calories, 19 grams of fat, and a hefty 560 milligrams of sodium. While that might sound more reasonable than some other McDonald's items, it's the way these calories are packed that's concerning. The fish patty itself is breaded and deep-fried, soaking up oil and boosting the fat content. Plus, the tartar sauce alone adds 9 grams of fat and loads of unnecessary calories. Here's another surprising fact. Despite being marketed as a fish option, the patty is made from Alaska pollock, which is considered a relatively low-quality fish. To make matters worse, it's often processed and coated in batter that's high in refined carbs and fried in oil that can contain trans fats. That's far from being the healthy seafood some people might expect. And don't even get started on that slice of cheese. It's not just any cheese, but processed cheese, loaded with additives and preservatives. Combined with the tartar sauce, it makes the sandwich greasy and heavy, rather than light and refreshing. Item 6. Large Chocolate Shake. The large chocolate shake. Rich, creamy, and undeniably satisfying. It's the ultimate treat when you're craving something sweet and indulgent. But brace yourself because this fan-favorite dessert is nothing short of a nutritional disaster. One large chocolate shake from McDonald's contains a staggering 840 calories. Yes, you heard that right, almost as much as an entire meal. But it doesn't stop there. This shake also packs in a jaw-dropping 22 grams of fat and a shocking 120 grams of sugar. That's the equivalent of about 30 teaspoons of sugar in just one drink. To put it into perspective, that's nearly 3 times the recommended daily sugar intake for adults. What makes it even worse is that the shake's creamy texture and rich flavor come from a combination of soft-serve ice cream, chocolate syrup, and whipped topping, all loaded with artificial flavors, stabilizers, and preservatives. The syrup alone is packed with high fructose corn syrup, which has been linked to weight gain and increased risk of chronic diseases like diabetes and heart problems. The large shake also contains 265 milligrams of sodium, which might not sound too bad at first, but combined with all that sugar and fat, it's a recipe for feeling sluggish and bloated. And let's not forget that drinking your calories is one of the easiest ways to overindulge without even realizing it. Your brain doesn't register liquid calories the same way it does solid food, which means you're more likely to consume way more than you intended. The bottom line? This shake might taste like a dream, but it's a nightmare for your health. Item 7. McDouble $5 Meal Deal. The McDouble $5 meal deal might sound like a steal: a McDouble burger, small fries for piece chicken nuggets, and a small Coke, all for just $5. But while it may be easy on your wallet, it's incredibly hard on your health. This combo meal is a calorie and sodium overload wrapped up in a budget-friendly package. Let's break it down. The entire meal contains around 990 calories, which might not seem terrible at first glance. But here's the real kicker: it also packs in 1,500 milligrams of sodium. That's basically your entire daily limit in one sitting. And don't forget about the 46 grams of fat, including 17 grams of saturated fat. Burger itself is loaded with processed cheese, seasoned beef patties, pickles, onions, ketchup, and mustard, all stuffed into a soft bun. It's high in fat and sodium thanks to the combination of beef and processed cheese. Add the small fries, and you're getting another hit of salt and unhealthy fats from the deep frying. Then there's the 4-piece chicken nuggets, crispy on the outside, but often made from processed chicken with added fillers and preservatives. Plus, they're fried in oil that contributes more fat to your meal. To top it all off, the small Coke adds around 40 grams of sugar, sending your blood sugar levels on a roller coaster ride. What makes this deal so tricky is how easy it is to down the whole thing without realizing just how much you're consuming. It might feel satisfying in the moment, but the combination of high fat, sodium, and sugar can leave you feeling sluggish and bloated for hours. Sometimes, a good deal just isn't worth the health cost. Item 8. McDonald's Milkshakes. There's something undeniably tempting about McDonald's milkshakes. Whether it's the classic vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry flavor, they're rich, creamy, and oh so satisfying. But here's the catch: these shakes are absolute sugar bombs that can seriously derail your diet. Let's take a closer look. A small vanilla milkshake contains around 490 calories, while a small chocolate milkshake clocks in at 530 calories. That's just the small size. If you go for a large, you're looking at almost double those numbers. Not to mention, both shakes are loaded with over 60 grams of sugar each. That's more than 15 teaspoons of sugar in one drink. For context, the American Heart Association recommends no more than 25 grams of added sugar per day for women and 36 grams for men. So, just one shake could put you way over the limit. It's not just the sugar content that's concerning. These milkshakes are also packed with fat and cholesterol, thanks to the soft-serve ice cream base and rich flavorings. The chocolate shake, for instance, has 15 grams of fat and 9 grams of saturated fat, about 45% of your daily limit. And it doesn't end there. The ingredient list is filled with artificial flavors, stabilizers, and high fructose corn syrup, which are far from being wholesome ingredients. What's worse is how these shakes can leave you feeling afterward. The massive sugar spike might give you an initial rush of energy, but it's quickly followed by a crash that leaves you feeling sluggish and craving even more sweets. Plus, the combination of sugar and fat can seriously mess with your metabolism and lead to unwanted weight gain if consumed regularly. Item 9. Chicken McNuggets. Who doesn't love McDonald's Chicken McNuggets? Crispy on the outside, juicy on the inside, and downright addictive. They're a go-to snack or meal for many, but there's a shocking truth behind these little bites that might make you think twice. First off, Chicken McNuggets aren't just made of chicken. Sure, they contain white meat chicken, but they're also packed with additives and preservatives to maintain texture, flavor, and shelf life. One of the most controversial ingredients that used to be in McNuggets is TBHQ, tertiary butyl hydroquin, a petroleum-based preservative that helps extend shelf life. Although McDonald's has since made changes to their recipe, it's still concerning to know that such chemicals were once a part of the mix. Another eyebrow-raising ingredient once found in McNuggets is dimethylpolysiloxane, an anti-foaming agent often used in cosmetics and even silly putty. While McDonald's has phased out some of these additives in recent years, it still raises questions about how processed these nuggets really are. Besides the ingredient concerns, Chicken McNuggets are breaded and fried, which means they're loaded with unhealthy fats and calories. A 10-piece serving contains around 440 calories, 27 grams of fat, and 900 milligrams of sodium. That's not even counting the dipping sauces, which can add even more sugar and salt. Many people think they're making a healthier choice by opting for chicken over beef, but the truth is that the highly processed nature of McNuggets makes them far from a clean option. Plus, frying them at high temperatures can lead to the formation of trans fats, even if the oil itself doesn't contain them. So while they might be tasty and convenient, chicken McNuggets are a far cry from being a wholesome or natural choice. Next time you're craving them, just remember that these crispy bites come with a side of questionable ingredients and unhealthy additives. Item 10. Big Mac. The Big Mac. It's McDonald's most iconic burger and a staple of fast food culture. 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, all on a sesame seed bun. It sounds like the ultimate indulgence, but the reality behind this legendary burger is a bit more alarming. One Big Mac packs in around 590 calories, 34 grams of fat, and a whopping 1,050 milligrams of sodium. That's nearly half your daily recommended intake of sodium in just one burger. And the 10 grams of saturated fat? That's almost 50% of what you should consume in a day. If you pair it with fries and a drink, you're looking at over 1,000 calories in one meal. The biggest issue with the Big Mac isn't just the calorie count, it's the combination of processed ingredients and high saturated fat content. The beef patties are made from a blend of beef cuts, but they're heavily seasoned and cooked on a griddle, which locks in fat and adds calories. Then there's the special sauce, a creamy, tangy concoction that's loaded with mayonnaise, relish, and preservatives. It's tasty, but it's also a hidden source of extra fat and sugar. And let's not forget the bun, soft and slightly sweet, but made from refined white flour, which spikes your blood sugar and leaves you craving more. Add in the processed cheese, which doesn't just contain milk but also a host of additives and emulsifiers to keep it meltable. All these ingredients come together to make a burger that's not just calorie-dense but also nutritionally imbalanced. The combination of fat, sodium, and refined carbs can leave you feeling sluggish and bloated, not to mention it contributes to long-term health risks like heart disease and high blood pressure. So, while it's undeniably a classic, the Big Mac is definitely one of those items that should come with a health warning. Think twice before making it your go-to order. Item 11. McDonald's salads with crispy chicken. When you think of ordering a salad, the goal is usually to make a healthier choice, right? But here's the shocking truth. McDonald's salads with crispy chicken can be just as calorie-heavy, or even worse, than some of their burgers. At first glance, a salad might seem like a smart option. Fresh lettuce, vibrant veggies, maybe some cheese and a drizzle of dressing. But once you add that crispy, breaded chicken, things take a turn for the worse. The fried chicken alone adds a hefty dose of fat and calories, completely overshadowing the nutritional benefits of the greens underneath. In fact, some of these salads can contain up to 520 calories and 25 grams of fat, almost as much as a Big Mac. And that's not even counting the dressing. If you choose a creamy or ranch-style dressing, you're piling on even more calories and saturated fat, easily pushing your meal well beyond 700 calories. The real problem here is the breaded and fried chicken. It's coated in seasoned flour, then deep-fried, which means it absorbs a ton of oil. This makes the chicken not only high in fat but also loaded with sodium. A single salad can contain around 1,200 milligrams of sodium, which is more than half of your recommended daily intake. And let's be real, most people aren't just eating the plain salad. Add a packet or two of dressing, maybe some croutons or cheese, and suddenly your healthy meal turns into a calorie and fat overload. It's a classic case of a hidden diet trap. You think you're making a smart choice, but the way the salad is prepared actually works against you. So next time you're tempted by a crispy chicken salad at McDonald's, remember that it's not always the lighter option you might think. Sometimes, opting for grilled chicken or a lighter dressing can make a big difference, if you're set on having a salad at all. Number 12. McCafe Fraps. Ah, the McCafe Fraps. They look like a dreamy coffee indulgence, topped with whipped cream and drizzled with syrup. Whether it's mocha, caramel, or vanilla, these blended drinks are undeniably delicious and oh so satisfying. But here's the kicker, they're also some of the biggest sugar bombs on the entire McDonald's menu. Let's break it down. A large McCafe Frappe can easily top 600 calories, and that's just for the drink alone. To put that into perspective, that's about the same as eating a double cheeseburger. The Mocha Frappe, for example, has around 670 calories, 29 grams of fat, and a jaw-dropping 89 grams of sugar. That's nearly 22 teaspoons of sugar in 1 cup. The caramel frappe isn't much better, coming in at around 620 calories with 28 grams of fat and 85 grams of sugar. That's way more than the American Heart Association's daily recommendation for both men and women. And while they may taste like a perfect blend of creamy coffee and sweetness, they're essentially liquid desserts disguised as coffee drinks. The problem isn't just the calorie and sugar content. These frappes are made with high fructose corn syrup, artificial flavors, and thickening agents, which give them that ultra-creamy consistency but also make them highly processed. Plus, the whipped cream and caramel or chocolate drizzle add even more sugar and fat to the mix. What makes them even more deceptive is how easy they are to consume. Unlike eating a burger or fries, sipping on a frappe doesn't feel as heavy, so you might not even realize how many calories you've just ingested. But those liquid calories add up fast, and they don't fill you up the same way solid food does, leaving you hungry again shortly after. So, the next time you're craving a refreshing frappe, just remember that it's more like a liquid dessert than a morning pick-me-up. You might be better off choosing a plain coffee or opting for a smaller size if you're trying to watch your calorie and sugar intake. So there you have it, 12 McDonald's items you might want to think twice about before ordering. From calorie-packed burgers to surprisingly unhealthy salads and sugar-loaded drinks, these menu items can seriously sabotage your diet and health goals. While indulging every once in a while isn't the end of the world, being aware of what's really in your favorite fast food choices can help you make smarter decisions. Next time you're at the drive-thru, remember that some of these seemingly harmless items come with hidden health risks. Whether it's the shocking calorie counts, sky-high sodium levels, or processed ingredients, it's important to know what you're putting into your body. If you found this video eye-opening, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe more videos just like this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.